Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever part of the world you're currently watching our video vlog. And today's the 7th of April already. You know what? Every time I look at the calendar, it seems like the days are moving much faster than I anticipated for them to be moving. I mean, it wasn't just a couple of months ago when we were celebrating Christmas, and then here we are. It's already April the 7th. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm aging faster, or I've been too busy on other things, working on other things. I don't know which one's which. But yeah, it's April the 7th already. Before you know it, it'll be right smack in the summer months, and it's going to be extremely warm outside. That's what I'm guessing will happen in the next few months. So, where did we left off the last time when we were talking about certain things that you should go for? You know, if you're passionate about a certain thing, or, you know, a different way of living and way of working. So, like I was saying, I think I mentioned this numerous times, that whatever it is you're passionate about, don't wait and keep on putting it off. Just go for it. All right, folks. Yeah, just wanted to emphasize that, because I've been meeting some people, and the other day I bumped into one of my high school classmates from back in the days here in the 1990s, late 1990s. It seems like she was pretty okay with the overall family situation with her kids and everything. So I'm glad that she was okay with some of the things that she managed to do with her life. But I also noticed that just non-verbal conversation wise, that she wasn't where she wanted to be in life. Maybe she wanted to have children in the family, but in terms of maybe career and overall accomplishment, she wasn't that enthusiastic to talk about them. And I kind of sensed that she felt a little inadequate in many ways by not having to advance and accomplish more with her life. And thinking to myself, she shouldn't be thinking that way. Regardless, even if she didn't go for what she wanted in life, never ever compare yourself with other people, one. And two, whatever you're passionate about, the perfect time to reach for your goal is, yesterday. But you have today to make that thing happen. Or else, whatever it is that you want for your life. So anyway, we were talking for just a couple of minutes. We didn't really dig too deep into her life, but I sensed that she felt that she should have accomplished more with her life. And to me, you know what? There's a lot of things that I well, I don't know, because I never really focusing on the things that I didn't manage to accomplish. So I just kind of focusing on what it is that I wanted to do and try my best. Even if I fail, you know, at least you made an effort and tried to go for what it is that you want in life. And trust me, I've had more failures than successes. You know, and that's just the reality of things. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to you know, emphasize and give you guys that vote of confidence that you should just go for whatever it is that you wanted to achieve with your life. Okay, just take the leap of faith. Wow, it's gotten nippy today. It's nice to walk because it's, you know, you're not going to be sweaty, but it's definitely gotten nippy. It's gotten cold. It feels like it's in the 50s. So we're kind of playing a tug of war with this weather. You know, there are times that it gets really warm, like it did 2 days ago, and now we're back into the 50s. And even I wouldn't even, you know, say that we're up there in the 50s, or maybe we're in the mid 40s. All right, so let's see some shout out to Astro Flames. All right, thanks for joining us. So yeah, folks, that's just the reality of things. Oh wow, you can actually see through the clearing now. Yeah, folks, you can see through the clearing right there. So I think I'm gonna stay away from the road today, since a few days ago I was vlogging right next to that road and there's tons of noise and traffic. Oh, by the way, wanted to show you this one McDonald's across the street that I used to you know, go to it and even worked there a long time ago, when I was still in high school, when I was, I think, around 16-17 years old. But it looks like they've actually renovated it a few times, but this time around it looks like it's being demolished. It's right there. So I don't know what the deal is. They didn't put a sign up saying that they're renovating it, so I'm assuming they're gonna be flattening that section out and maybe build something else. But when I was in my teens, I would go there, and I used to work there at one point. But yeah, so we're gonna take a different route today, and yeah, let's see what kind of view we're gonna come across this time around. So there's skaters over there. They're kind of wearing a long sleeve too, since it's gotten colder today. It started getting colder yesterday actually, but today feels like it's hovering around maybe 49, 48, low 50s, high 40s. But well, feels good to walk. Not as sweaty as I did. I think when I was that was Monday. That was Sunday. Yeah, so that was Sunday when I was walking around sweaty. But today feels much cooler, much pleasant to be walking. So, okay. Let's see whatever else is happening today. I know it's a little drippy since been exposed to the weather for a few days now. I've got a headache and stuffy nose. My lungs a little congested. Looks like there's lots of fluid accumulating. I don't know what's going on, but I typically feel better after I move, after I go out for walks and exercise, stretch my legs. I tend to feel better that way, you know. So we'll do the same thing we do every other day, which is exercise as much as we can. Yeah, so Easter break is in full swing. So some of these children are out of school for a week or so, and I guess they'll be returning to school next week. And then you also have the spring breakers, college students, that will return to their universities and colleges, I guess next week as well. So, good old spring break. It doesn't feel like it's right now, to be honest, the temperature feels like it's more like winter. It's still pretty nippy out there, but that, you know, this is just the typical mid-eastern weather, and that's just how it is. Anyway, yeah. Well, what else do I want to talk to you guys about? Well, for the most part, I just want to kind of focus on you know, going for your passion. You know, chase what give you that sparks and motivation when you open your eyes in the morning. All right, folks, that's something that you definitely want to consider. And yeah, it's just like I was saying, go for your dreams, no matter how hard, how impossible, how crazy it seems like. Just go for it. You know what? If you hit the stars, great. If not, then you'll land in the clouds. And neither one of them is a bad deal. You know, if you don't succeed, you learn something. Then you try again. I mean, from my own personal experience, you know, when I first run for office, I sucked at the time. Like, it was terrible. I mean, on top of that, people ridicule me, attack me. You know, it was pretty nasty when I first went for office, because I was a no-name politician, don't have a whole lot of experience, and yeah, people mowed me down. And then my second run, this year around, it's starting to improve. I got more connections, and people managed to hear and understand what our platform is. So nothing is lost. All right, folks, we managed to share a message. We're still at it as a write-in candidate, so we might actually make it in August during the primaries. So you never know, might be an opportunity for us to make a difference in Virginia and U.S. politics. Okay, folks. So yeah, that's all that really matters, is for you to give it a shot. Take the leap of faith and go for your passion. You know, I'm not a career politician, politics was never my passion, but I've always wanted to make a difference. It made it happen. It made it, you know, so happen that politics is another platform that I could utilize to support capacity building, economic development, job creation, you know, improving our market economy in the state and country. So I went to run for public office. You know, granted, we didn't manage to get the 10,000 signatures that we had to recruit. Okay, and in 3 months, when it's bitter cold outside during the winter months, but hey, we didn't have to pay people, nor did we pay people to recruit signatures for us. So to me, we honorably competed using grassroots, good old campaigning with volunteers. And I give kudos to every single one of those volunteers that, you know, went out in the cold to recruit signatures for us for hours and hours. I know what it's like because I did it myself for hours and hours. Okay, folks, so that's just the reality of things. And I think it was worth, you know, the effort I doing. So it was definitely worth the effort. And I will most likely consider running again eventually. But technically we're not done yet because we're still running as a write-in candidate. All right, so this river or creek accumulated water in just the last 2 days from the rain. Typically you can see a lot of these snapping turtles bobbing around here, and those snapping turtles can actually, with their bite, they got such a strong bite that they can snap your finger in half. So you wouldn't want to be sticking your finger in front of their beaks. So yeah, anyway, they're not around today. Typically when they're managed to come out, you can see their backs, and it's about the size of a full plate. And then their heads sticking out off the surface. So yeah, folks, that's just how it is nowadays. What I was saying is that just keep at it, go for what you're passionate about. All right, let's see. Another shout out to, can't really see your name here. All right, I'm gonna mention your names when I'm able to see them shortly here. I apologize, it's just that there's too many of you, and and that your names is kind of hard to read. So all right, let's Venice, hello, and Kapow Comics, thanks for joining me today. Always nice to have your company while I'm walking and exercising, stretching my legs, and appreciate your comments, suggestions, and anything that you want me to talk about. Feel free to drop me a line there, text me or message me. So we're gonna just keep on focusing on going for your passion. I think that's something that I really want to kind of continue to build and explore. On my video blogs, because I can talk about a lot of things, but a part of economic development is also capacity building, and I want to build the capacity through motivational speeches and encouragement for those of you guys that are considering doing what we're doing, becoming more entrepreneurial, sharing ways to promote capacity building, support each other, explore ways to collaborate with people. So if this is something that you've considered, first I'm going to let you know that it is definitely not that easy. But with a community that is supportive and people being there for you, it's not hard to do it. Okay? So just be mindful of the opportunities that you will eventually gain by putting yourself out there. Granted that you're going to be challenged, you're going to be ridiculed, laughed at, you name it. You'll have to go through what everybody else had to go through. There is a price to be paid in becoming a public person, because I have paid it, and so have many other people. But at the end of the day, oh, look at that. Somebody put up an Easter egg decoration here. Somebody's always decorating these two poles. So nice of them to do that. So what I was saying is that in order to have the flexibility and freedom and ways to work and live in various places, you're gonna have to find a way to support yourself. And sometimes starting a YouTube channel or podcast or anything on social media will take years and years to build. Okay, unless you're one of those content creators that magically accumulates thousands and thousands of viewers and followers, you're most likely gonna go through the same motion as everybody else. I started off with two, not 200, not 2,000, but 2 subscribers to my channel. Okay, and still to this day, several years later, I'm still trying to get additional supporters to subscribe, share, and like our channel. All right. Oh, what happened here? It's a restaurant, and this is one of the restaurants I used to eat at and campaign in. See what happened here. But yeah, so I was saying, it's very difficult to do what we do. All right. So okay. So they're celebrating Easter break, and they won't be open until tomorrow. I thought they'd close. Anyway, good to know. So yeah, like I said, there is a price to pay, to be paid, to be, an influencer and to be a content creator. And it's not impossible to do. Matter of fact, I recommend you doing these kinds of things because eventually you start to make some income out of it, and you're going to reap the benefits and the rewards of having your own channel and followers, and build your brand and platform. So you have a lot of flexibility and freedom to use your entrepreneurial skills via the social media platform, which I wrote about. The faceconomics platform is the utilization of the social media platform in economic development worldwide. So that's encompassing, capacity building, do-it-yourself type of activities, developing your brand, your platform. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy and effort. Matter of fact, started promoting my brand and platform and concept back in 2011. Okay, folks. We didn't amass millions of followers, but we did manage to connect with people from around the world, and we're still doing it. So those are the perks of having your own platform. I have invested quite a bit of time and effort and money to build our platform, but now it's pretty much growing on its own. When I go and do my video blog and podcast, it's not as intense in terms of work as I used to do when I was not recognized and people have never heard of our platform. So this takes some time, especially if your audience is a finicky group of people. If you're talking about things that resonate instantly with the public, great. That's actually that's the ideal way to start a channel and platform. But if you're like me, I started off talking about things that people are not so interested about. So I had to find my group and my niche, and it took a while to do that. But here we are today. Apologize, I have a stuffy nose from this weather because it keeps changing on me. So what I was saying is that if you wanted to start your own platform, just go for it. Take the leap of faith. Sometimes you hit the stars, if not, you'll land in the clouds. So either way, you win. All right, folks. So yeah, that's just something that I kind of want to talk to you guys about today. I'm glad that I managed to go out for a walk. I managed to do what I needed to do and finish early today, so I managed to go out and walk for a little bit. I'm going to try to get away from traffic, all this noise and commotion, because I'm so close to the road. So I'm gonna take a detour and do our video blog through the trees and through the park here. stay away from all these noises from the road. So yeah, if you're passionate about something, go for it, you know, and start your YouTube channel, create a podcast. Who cares if there's only 1 or 2 people listening? Eventually you'll attract the right people, and you're gonna, you know, find some subscribers. So that's how everything gets started. All right, folks. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? So there was, you know, obviously there's this conflict in the Middle East, and people were asking me what my thoughts were. Like I said previously, I don't understand the overall need for it, but then again, I don't have certain information that decision makers in government has. So but to me, I'm not a pacifist. I'm not, you know, anti providing safety and support to the public if it's needed in various countries. But there are things that I simply don't understand when it comes to instigating a conflict. Okay, and that's just how I feel about it. Anyway, ooh, there's some people up in the tree. Okay, that's new. I don't think I've seen people on a tree there before. All right, so I'm gonna have to take a different route. I guess I'm gonna have to cut through here and try to get to the other side of the park. Anyway, it's really nice, pleasant to go out for a walk, and you know, enjoy this weather. I mean, I'm speed walking, so I'm a little sweaty, but if you're just walking normally, you'll be fine. It's not so bad. Just the weather's perfect to walk. It's just the right perfect weather for walking. So yeah, wanted to also point out that parks in various parts of the world, you know, are significantly different looking. I mean, that's something that I've noticed. Like this park, it's more spread out, okay, and the trees are more clustered. See, the trees that are over here versus the trees that are in the middle of the park. So that's kind of interesting, you know, difference between parks around the world. I mean, I've traveled to various countries, and I noticed that the park systems are very different. So look at that. It's like they created a gate at this park to separate the park from the street. The taller trees are closer to the street, and the shorter trees are spread out throughout the park. Okay, folks. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, overall, and this is from my own, you know, personal experience. overall throughout my career and lifetime, the things that really meant a lot for me and the things that I would always treasure as far as what it is that I managed to do with my career and life are those that I took a leap of faith of. You know, I went out there and just did it. You know, sink or swim, I dove in. And majority of the time, I failed. I mean, failed big time. And publicly. Okay? But it never stopped me to keep on wanting to do what I wanted to do. Just kept on going. And eventually, I managed to succeed. And once I succeeded, it felt so stinking good. It's probably like a once in a lifetime experience. Okay? So, eventually, you will get to experience that too. Okay? But there's a price to be paid for all that. You know, you're gonna get a lot of haters, people that you were close to, even family members will attack you and try to make things harder on you because they see you all day. You know, they're you know, they have access to you whenever. So the people that is closest to you the most will be the ones that will try to make things harder on you, sabotage you, attack you, and that seems to be the norm. It's an unfortunate norm, but it is a norm, and that's just how things are, unfortunately. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, anything that you'd like for me to talk about, feel free to drop me a message here. Okay, I mean, I don't mind talking about things that you're interested in talking about. I mean, I don't really want to have a monologue, but sometimes I kind of get carried away. But you know, that's the purpose for this channel. It's for me to talk about my experiences, my thoughts and ideas, but I also want to have, you know, an engaging conversation with our community, our followers and subscribers. So feel free to share with us. And most of you guys are a mixed bag of, you know, supporters and haters anyway. So, but those that support us, please tell your family and friends to subscribe to our channel. And those that don't care much for us, tell your friends and family about our channel and subscribe to our channel anyway, and see why it is that you don't like us. Okay? So much better to not like someone for a reason than just say you don't like them. Anyway, what else did I wanted to talk to you guys about? That's pretty much it. You know, the war and the conflict in the Middle East, something I don't understand. And even though I did study in the Middle East, part of my schooling was in Israel, I still don't understand the need for that conflict to take place. Anyhow, yeah. What else is going on today? It's a Wednesday, so Easter just passed for the Christian, you know, in the Baptist, Pentecostals. And then next weekend is gonna be for the Orthodox. Okay, Christian Orthodox. Their Easter is gonna be this Sunday. And so throughout my travels, I've seen all sorts of fates, and I realized that regardless what your faith is, at the end of the day, it's important to understand why you believe something so deeply, rather than doing it because of tradition. So yeah, that's something that I definitely want to point out there to you guys. Anyway, there's a scooter that seems to be going too fast for its own wheels. But yeah, anyhow, we're close to where we need to go. Thank you so much for walking with me and enjoying our video blog today. And please tell your family and friends to subscribe and like our channel. Okay, and yeah, let's keep the conversation going. Okay, folks, I think that's very important, because you never know, once you take the leap of faith, what kind of results you're going to receive off of your effort. And most of the time, it's going to be very positive. I don't want to discourage you. The reason I said it's hard and I didn't succeed many times, because it wasn't something that I do full time. I do my social media campaigns in addition to my other projects, so that made it harder. But if you really want to dedicate your time and effort and funds to building your audience and platform, you're most likely going to have a little bit of a different experience compared to what I'd experienced. Nevertheless, you're still going to have to go through the challenges, but it's not going to be as big of an issue for you if you were to do a direct path of promoting your platform online. If you do it consistently and regularly, but I don't want to discourage those of you that have a part-time job or a full-time job. Start your social media platform anyway. Don't settle for things that very few people want to achieve. Did I put that correctly? Don't settle for things. I apologize, I didn't put that correctly. Don't settle for mediocrity, for comfort, for things that it's not going to challenge you. Challenge yourself every single day. That's what I tell people, because once you challenge yourself consistently, it becomes second nature, and eventually you'll reach the stars. With that said, folks, thank you so much for joining me today on our podcast and video blog. Looking forward to connecting with you, and see you again, Mamir. Good to see you here. Take care. Bye-bye.